Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler channel. Welcome to another video. I know, guys, it is... I don't know how long it's been since I actually sat down and watched a full-length episode of NXT. It's been months, I'll tell you that much. And it's not that I don't like NXT, it's just that I find it hard to watch at times. And it's really because of... It's really a thing that... I don't want to get into it, but I haven't watched NXT in like a very long time. I go to all the TakeOver, I watch all the TakeOver shows, but watching NXT as a whole is something I just haven't done in a long time. And I was off today, and I'm like, well, let's check out NXT tonight. So I decided to sit down and watch NXT, and I thought it was a good show. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we start off the show with Johnny Gargano, who came out to Johnny Champion chants, which I just want to take credit for because I started it at NXT TakeOver Phoenix. When he won the championship, I said Johnny Champion. I don't remember if anyone caught on or not, but it seems Full Sail caught on to it, so I will happily take credit for it. So he comes out and he's cutting this promo about like how Johnny Wrestling's back, and I'm like, well, Johnny Wrestling's kind of a babyface slogan, so maybe this is a babyface term, because from what I've seen, Johnny Gargano's been kind of a heel. At least that's what I've seen in NXT. He's kind of been doing heelish run. Then at the end of NXT over Phoenix, he was standing tall with Tomaso Ciampa, so all roads were leading to heel DIY. So this is like, that's kind of alright. Now this brings out Tomaso Ciampa, and he's talking about how Johnny, you know, we stood tall NXT TakeOver Phoenix, and we both are the champions. This is our moment. We're the tag team champions now. This is what we always wanted. Now, and he's basically talking, you know, DIY. The crowd's getting into this. I'm getting into this, and Johnny has to shut it down, of course. And he's all like, "No, this is not our moment," saying that the reason that he came out at the end of NXT TakeOver Phoenix was to prove that he didn't need Tomaso Ciampa, which doesn't really make too much sense. That didn't make any sense to me. But then Velveteen Dream comes out, and he basically states that, hey, I won the Worlds Collide tournament, so I'm in line for NXT Championship shot at, I guess, whatever title I choose. And he's like, well, which title do I pick? And he's walking down the ramp, and of course on the ramp is Tomaso, and in the ring is Johnny. So he looks at Tomaso, and he's like, you know, I've been there, done that, whatever. I want Johnny. So he gets in the ring, and he's staring down Johnny, and they start exchanging words, and he's like, I'm curious if I'm going to get Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Jackass. And the crowd's like, oh, Johnny Jackass, Johnny Jackass. And that's kind of how the segment ends. The segment ends, though, with Johnny walking up the ramp, and he kind of stands near Tomaso, and they're looking at each other, and looking back at it. They are so heavily teasing heel DIY, but they're not pulling the trigger on it. So I don't know whether to be happy or mad at them right now, but alright, I'll bite. Then we get into the first match of the night. Jackson Ryker, the Forgotten Sons. From what I've heard, this is the most uninteresting tag team faction, whatever, in NXT right now. Versus Mansoor? I don't know. It's like Mansoor. I think it's Mansoor. It was a squash match. Went on for like no more than probably 3 or 4 minutes. Jackson Ryker caught him with like a spear as he was going for like a middle rope move, and then hit him with like a sit out choke slam for the pin. So he got the win for his faction, looking strong or whatnot. Honestly, just by looking at them, I really didn't care about them to begin with. So I'm like, okay, good for them, I guess. We then got a backstage segment with Ricochet and Adam Cole. They were jaw jacking each other, and it basically built up that they're going to be having a match next week, and the winner is going to be set up to be number 1 contender for the North American champion, whoever that is, between Johnny and Velveteen Dream. Now that match is going to be, this match between Adam Cole and Ricochet is next week, but the Johnny Velveteen Dream match is in 2 weeks. Now people can't fucking help themselves. They posted spoilers online. I'm not going to spoil it for you here, but I already know who wins that match. So you know, people just can't go a fucking second without posting. I'm not going to get into that. We didn't get into the next match. So before that, we saw Drew Gulak making his way up to the NXT arena. Now, he's the 205 Live guy, and I was pretty happy about that because y'all know, Drew Gulak, Philly native. I go out there and support my Philly natives. Drew Gulak, David Starr, homeboys, let's go. Anyway, so he comes out, he's facing a guy by the name of Eric What was his name? Bugen. Why is his name so funny? Eric. Okay. His name isn't funny. His name really isn't funny. Eric Bugenhagen. Eric Bugenhagen is his name. I don't know why I found that funny for like the first 2 minutes. Eric Bugenhagen. And the reason why I find it so funny, I don't know what show this from. I think it's from SpongeBob. It's like, Herga. Where is that from? Is that Drake and Josh? I don't know where that's from. But when I thought Bugenhagen, I thought of that sound, and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. But this guy came out and he was like, yeah! He like hit the high notes. He had this like rock star gimmick going on. The crowd was into it. I mean, it kind of rang very similar to Adam Rose from back in the day. I know if y'all been watching NXT for as long as I've been watching, y'all might know who Adam Rose is. But for some of y'all newbies who came in running all the indie wrestlers came in, y'all might not even remember who Adam Rose is. I kind of got a little instances of Adam Rose, but not really, because Adam Rose, I don't know what Adam was supposed to be. But, you know, he was doing the Rockstar gimmick. He had these, like, really cool retro-looking tights on. At one point, he had Drew Gulak and the domino stretch, and he was like strumming his stomach like he was doing an air guitar. It was pretty cool. Like, if they wanted to actually do a comedy gimmick with this guy and put him on NXT TV more often, they honestly could. This is developmental after all. People tend to forget that sometimes. Like, this is developmental. This is for people like this. This is what it's meant for people like him. Get on TV, learn the ropes with these guys who's more experienced, and then he can go on to the main roster where eventually get buried. But you guys get the point. Anyway, he had a match with Drew Gulak. It really kind of just happened. Drew Gulak won a match with like this with his sit out backwards guillotine choke and made him tap out. And yeah, he grabbed the mic afterwards. He said, "I come all the way from 205 Live to NXT, and you give me this." Like, where's my real opponents at? Where is the real challenge at? And out comes Matt Riddle, and Matt Riddle's like, bro, I'll face you. And he like flips off his flip-flops, yeah. He kicks off his flip-flops, and he goes down to the ring. We then get an impromptu match between Matt Riddle and Drew Gulak. He's performing double duty here. What a guy. The match is actually a pretty decent match, I will say. It started off really technical, you know, they were doing all the wrist locks and all the stuff you expect from like these two guys, and then it started getting into a bit of a striking battle. Drew Gulak could really throw some blows if he wants to. Don't get the guy wrong, he's a submission specialist, but he can lariat you if he wants to. So they're starting to get that in there. They're starting to do some power moves. The best highlight of the match was at the end when Drew Gulak was going at him. Matt Riddle manages to get Drew Gulak from the mat, deadlift him all the way up in the air, and hits him with a power bomb on the mat, and then rolls him into a flying flash knee straight to the face. I fucking love it when Matt Riddle does that, like, flying knee to the face. Only gets a 2 count, and then immediately makes quick work. Hits him with some R-trapped elbows right to the chest, and then locks him straight into the bromission, to which Drew Gulak taps out. Keeping Matt Riddle strong here with the win. Shook hands after the match. Bro love right there, showing true bromanship. I like it. Leads us to the main event. Team of Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, and Io Shirai versus Marina Shafir, Jessamyn Duke, and Shayna Baszler. Just a little tidbit I forgot to mention while I was doing the recording of my review. I peeped Bianca Belair's tights. It was very Black History Month themed. You had Martin Luther King on it, Rosa Parks, a bunch of like really prolific black people who've made an impact in the world. I fucking loved her tights. Hope she wears it for the rest of the month. This match was alright. I mean, not too much happened. I really love seeing Io Shirai in the ring. She is hands down one of the best wrestlers in WWE, period. Man, female, it doesn't matter. She's one of the best. So whenever she's in the ring, I'm happily going to watch it. Kairi Sane's great as well. I don't want to discount her. Whenever they had matches in Stardom, they tore the house down. Bianca Belair, She's good as well. I think she needs a little bit more time down there. I'm not saying Robert's not going to say she's not ready and she shouldn't be on TakeOver, but, you know, this is why NXT's there for Bianca. Shayna, she really doesn't need to be in NXT anymore. She could be on main roster right now, but I guess they're having her down there so that way she can run that little goons with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, who obviously still needs some more time to develop. I heard there was some chance of, like, tagging Shayna or whatever. I don't know if they were saying tagging Shayna so they could see Kyrie versus Shayna, or I think they were saying tagging Shayna so that way they get Marina out of the ring. And I'm sitting here like, yo, this is a developmental program. Like, let them make mistakes. Like, let them learn. Like, it makes me so mad when there's people who, like, Sam Roberts saying, she shouldn't be on a Taker event. Why is she doing this? She should. It's like, bro, what part of this is the beginning stages of their characters do you not understand? Like, people lose sight of that because NXT brought in so many goddamn independent wrestlers. I mean, it's really become indie circuit over here in NXT. It's the big leagues. It's the big indie leagues. That's what NXT is right now, sadly. But into the match, away from my little rant there. Match ends with Kyrie Sane hitting a big crossbody onto Marina. Jessamine Duke wiping him out in the ring. Bianca Belair lays out Shayna Baszler with a KOD. She kind of kicks out. That leads to Io Shirai getting tagged in. She gets in the ring, hits her Asai moonsault, which sometimes she doesn't hit all the way, but this time she hit it perfectly. She hits that onto Shayna Baszler and gets the pin. Io Shirai pinning the NXT Women's Champion. So hopefully this sets up Io versus Shayna and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 5, because if it does, I'm in for that match all the way. Don't get me wrong, Kyrie, Shayna, they have some good chemistry, but their matches don't light my world on fire. Shayna and Io, I feel like, could have an amazing match. So I am all aboard for that match if they want to do it. They could always do a rematch between Bianca and Shayna. I'm opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. But now I want to see Io and Shayna. So they've set the stage. Let's see what they do. Anyway, that was my review of NXT. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see more reviews of NXT? This is the first one I did in a long time. I don't know how it's going to turn out in terms of viewership and likes, all that kind of stuff. Let's get the video 10 likes. If we get to 10 likes, I'll check out next week's episode of NXT. How about that? 10 likes. Anyway, that's it for this. Love you guys always, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.